Hello everyone, it's me, IR Smart, and basically I'm leaving for a vacation tomorrow. So yeah, I'll be gone from the 14th until the 22nd. So yeah, you're not going to hear from me for a while, but actually you will, because I've already recorded the video and it's scheduled to go up on the 16th. So you'll see that video this Sunday. So I'm still keeping weekly uploads, and this is just an upload in the middle of the week. And because I had some spare time, and I'm like, you know what, I should make a video before I go on break. You know, besides the other one I already made. But anyway, beyond the point, I just want to talk about a thing I like, and that is Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the TV show on ABC. I really like it. And last night was the season finale, and I gotta say, it was pretty great. Now, if you really don't know anything about Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's a show that's been going on for 7 seasons. I don't know, it's 7, 8 years? Maybe more. It's been a while. It's been going on for a long time, and honestly, it's one of my favorite shows on television. I don't watch that many shows on television, to be fair, but it's still one of my favorites, and it's still really good. I will say. Yeah. So anyway, I just think it's a great show. I really enjoyed it, and if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you watch it if you have the time to watch 7 seasons. I think they're all great. They're all entertaining. Highest praise I can give the show is that you absolutely will fall in love with a lot of the characters. The actors do a great job of playing their characters and just conveying emotions and that sort of thing. It's great. I really like how they do the show. It's just, yeah. There's a lot of praise I have for this show, and I've been watching it for a long time. You know, it's got the Marvel quality, which is very nice. It's already tied in with the Marvel universe a little bit, and that's their whole thing. And then every season is pretty unique. Like, you know, the later seasons get a bit crazy, and you kind of have to know you have to have the knowledge of the previous seasons to get the final seasons, obviously, and it just gets so crazy with callbacks to, like, with originals and other movies, and yeah. So anyway, that's just my preface. If you haven't seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., go watch it, because I want to talk about that season finale, and season 7 as a whole, because it was a really, really fun season, and I really liked it. So yeah, if you haven't watched it, if you haven't watched the season finale yet, or you haven't watched the show, I recommend you watch it, but if you're cool with me talking spoilers, then stick around. But yeah, anyway, spoiler time. So basically, season 7, I really enjoyed it. Thing was, season 6 left on such a crazy cliffhanger, because they were just like, because it was like, oh crud, everyone's dead, and then Simmons just like, oh hi guys, I'm back. Don't worry, we're just gonna go travel through time. You all good? And everyone's like, wait, what? And then it was just like, yeah. So when season 7 finally rolled around, they're like. And they just kind of tied it back. They're like, okay, so we're in the 30s now. And everyone's just like, what? And that was like the first episode of the season. That was pretty fun. They kind of wandered around and tried to get a hold of things. And then, you know, they established the plot of, by the way, the Chronicoms are trying to take over the Earth. They're the bad guys this season. Everyone's like, alright, cool, we're chill with that. And after that, they kept going through time and just, you know, skipping through different time periods. I thought that was really cool. That was great. So, basically, and then, I think next they went to the 50s. They had like 2 episodes, the first 2 episodes they were in the 30s, I think. And then they went to the 50s, and they were at Area 51. That was cool. Then they met Sousa, and then they were like, you know what, we'll take them along anyway in the next episode, which was the black and white one. Basically, Coulson, who was a robot this season, because he died 2 seasons ago, yeah. Coulson dies a lot. So he's a robot this whole season. And I thought that was cool. I really liked that whole dynamic. That was interesting. And added a lot of emotion, because these characters emotionally connect with Coulson, but Coulson is technically still dead. And this is just, like, he looks like Coulson, and he is programmed to be like Coulson, and he's programmed to have emotion to these characters, and he still does. Because, you know, it's still Clark Gregg. He's still going to act like Coulson, but still. Even he's still, you know, he's written as like he knows he's a robot, and he tries to deal with that over the course of the season. I think that's great. And then you have all the other characters who have spent so much time with Coulson and built up this emotion with him, and they're just trying to still be like, I know he's dead, but he's right there in front of me. That's him. And yeah, we already had a lot of that in 6 with the bad evil Coulson guy. That was weird. 6 was kind of a weird season, so I think 7 was definitely an improvement for the final season. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. I really liked the black and white episode. I'm already a big film noir nerd. film noir, the detective movie thing, and then the whole thing with Coulson seeing black and white in the inner monologue. That was just I had so much fun in that episode. And it was also a good episode too, focusing more on Sousa and his character. And then at the end of it, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, you can come with us now. You were supposed to die, but eh. And then yeah, we kept going. We had a lot more seasons. They kept jumping through time. The one in the 80s was fun, where Deke and Mac got trapped in the 80s. And Mac just grew out a huge beard. Deke became a rock star and started ripping off songs that hadn't been written yet. It was great. I loved it. Also, Coulson on a TV. I don't know. I thought that was so charming. That was hilarious, because he's just, like, standing there. He's like, hi, I'm on a TV now. And they're all just like, alright, sure. We're fine with this. And he's like, it's really weird in here. Like, I'm really thirsty. I don't know what it is. It's just weird. It was just... You're just watching this, and you're like, I love this show so much. So, yeah. Anyway, that was great. I just love... That's another thing I love about the show, is, like, it still has a serious plot, but then there's, like, those little jokes that are just sprinkled in there. And they don't take away at all. Like, a lot of times jokes can take away, and it happens every so often in the show. But for the most part, I think all the jokes hit pretty solid, which is just another great thing about Marvel and overall. Anyway, back to my point. Later, then after we had all the time-skipping stuff, we got to the episode 7-9. Yeah, season 7, episode 9. That was a good episode. That was a really good episode. I mean, they were already ripping off Groundhog Day with the whole time loop thing, so that was pretty fun. Daisy just kept waking up, and then Coulson was like, yeah, this is the 14th time we've had this conversation. Can't wait to do it again, and all that stuff. You know, I just think that's a fun, you know, the time loop. It's been overdone a bit with Groundhog Day, that one Andy Samberg movie that came out. Yeah, but I think they did good on that. And also, they kept us with the mystery of, like, alright, so we need to figure out what's in Simmons' head. Like, what's up with that chip? And you got, like, tastes of that. You know, you find out in the actual season finale, which I'll get to. But, you know, they just gave us, like, a little tease of that, and I think that was good. That's another great thing about the show, is that they tease stuff, and then they lead up to it at the finale. But yeah, anyway, I think that was a really good episode. You know, everything just kept happening over and over. And it was a great emotion from the characters, and yeah, overall, high praise for that episode. Then from there on, we have the bad guy, who's like the Malik, or I think it was Gideon Malik. I don't know. Malik, he's like a bad guy or something. My memory's a bit foggy on who was the bad guy this season, but anyway, yeah, he goes crazy. He steals Quake's powers. Don't know how he did that, but whatever. Also, Daisy's sister. Daisy had a sister who died before she was born. That's crazy. I mean, the whole thing at the Inhumans, and then, you know, just screwing, the bad guys were just screwing with the timeline, and yeah, that was the point where I was starting to get confused about the whole time thing, but they cleared it up in the finale, so I was good on them, but at the time it was very confusing, so there was that, and yada yada yada. Now the bad guys are wreaking havoc on the world, and the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. team has to be like, well, crud, we have to fix the timeline. And then eventually we get to more stuff. You know, Jiaying is now dead, which is kind of weird. And the thing is that when she died, I was like, wait, wouldn't that mean Daisy disappeared? But I guess it's fine, because they're in a different timeline, but whatever. Anyway, so yeah, that was pretty sad, that Daisy had to watch her mom die again. And, you know, yeah, that made Daniel? Was it Daniel? I don't remember what his name was. I'm sorry, the guy with the mustache that was all like, well, yeah, we're gonna cause anarchy, and we're gonna rule the world, yay! I don't know, he sounded like that. He was weird. I didn't like him. The bad guy of Season 7. Anyway, that's beyond the point. I keep going off topic. Finally, yada yada yada, we get to the season finale. Everything's set up. We have the Chronicoms are, you know, destroying all the S.H.I.E.L.D. bases, and they're like, haha, we won. Then the S.H.I.E.L.D. team is like, haha, no. Also, Daisy and Sousa are going out now, which is cool, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm glad they finally gave Daisy a love interest that's not gonna, like, stab her in the back or die or anything, so good on that. She's had, like, a ton of bad love interests over the past season, so they finally got her a good one. He's the guy from the 50s, so that's cool. Anyway, that's beyond the point. We're at the season finale now, and over time, everything was slowly, like, starting to come together up until the grand finale where we had the Fitz and Simmons thing, because for the whole season, the question has been, where the heck is Fitz, and what is happening? So, yeah, finally we have Simmons, who's just starting to remember everything. Fitz comes out of nowhere, and then he's like, helps Simmons remember, and then bam, now we know they've been just chilling forever, and they had this whole plan, everything was planned out all along, and now he's here to help save their sorry, I was confused the whole season, because they kept talking about their original timeline, and then they were off on this other weird timeline where the Chronicoms were ruining everything. And then Fitz was like, no, we can still go back to our original timeline, it's fine. And then they go through the quantum realm. Which I thought that was a cool callback to Ant-Man and, Endgame and all that stuff. So cool on that. I'm glad they did that. But yeah, and then pretty much they just defeat the Chronicoms. Turns out Fitzsimmons had a kid, which apparently is Deke's mom, as we can assume. But yeah, that's cool. That was a really cool reveal that, by the way, Fitzsimmons finally had a kid. So we had to wait 7 seasons to find out, but finally, Fitzsimmons had a kid. That's great. Anyway, it was just great. I enjoyed it, and then the whole star system thing, living out in space for a while, that was great. And then Enoch calling back to him. I'm still sad about his death in episode 9. That was wow. That was a good death scene. I mean, I was still sad because he died, but it was just in the list of death scenes for this series. That was a pretty good one. They made it emotional. But anyway, yeah. So I was really surprised because after the Chronicoms are defeated, everyone just kind of is like, hey, we won. There was 10 minutes left in the show. I'm like, all right, are they gonna kill everyone off now? I was very expecting them to just have, oh yeah, by the way, Thanos snap happens. By the way, you guys are all dead now. I was really mad. I was expecting them to do that, and I was just going to be mad. I really thought that the writers would just leave it on a sad note, but I am very overjoyed to say that the series ended on a high note. Because they had everyone together in the same room, and they all talked about what they're doing, and then you actually realized, oh, they're all on holograms. They're not in the same room, because earlier in the season, Enoch said, right before he died, he said, this is the last time you all are going to see each other in the same room. And then when they all get in the same room, technically he's correct. They're never going to be in the same room together, but they still got to see each other through holograms because they all went their separate ways. So that was cool. But yeah, so Fitzsimmons get to go live off their life with their kid. Daisy and Sousa get to go hang out with her sister, Cora, in space, doing whatever they're doing. Mac is now the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. He has a helicarrier. That's cool. Yo-Yo is still doing yo-yo stuff, running around. I don't remember what she was doing. She's just doing stuff. She's happy. May is a teacher now. That's cool. Also, Deke is back in the alternate timeline. He's just going to chill there forever, I guess. So, cool. And yeah, I don't think I forgot anybody. No, that's everyone. Yeah, and then, well, of course, Coulson. Yeah, he got his car. He got Lola back. I was so happy to see that. I knew as soon as he opened up the briefcase and there was a key, I'm like, yes, they brought back Lola. That's such a cool tie back. Because, the very last episode of the show has a callback to the very first episode of the show. That's cool. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, I really they ended it on a high note. That's praise in and of itself. A lot of shows just get to their season finale and they don't know what to do, and so they just kill everyone off. I'm really glad they didn't do that. Everything's just tied up in a nice little bow, and it's great. I loved it so much. And also, towards the end there, they kind of explained what was happening at the end of 6, because it went back in time to the end of 6, and it was crazy. If you see it, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, overall, the season, I really liked it, and the high praise of the show overall is that at the beginning of the season, they give you all of these loose ends, and they're just they just kind of hang them and dangle them in front of you, ooh, what's this? Who's this character? Why are they doing that? What's this happening? And then by the end of the season, they set you up with, they close those ones, or leave you with new ones for the next season. That's what 6 did. They kind of just left you with a couple ones, and then over the course of season 7, they tied everything up. It was great. It just kept you anticipated, kept you wanting to watch more of the season, and overall it was just great. I think that's a thing Marvel as a whole does really well in their movies, is they put little tidbits of stuff, like at the end of like Iron Man 2 or whatever, they put a teaser for something. I don't think it was Iron Man 2. It was like, well, my point is like in like the end credit scenes of stuff, they put a tease in the movies, and then that leads into the next one. A good example would be like having Thanos at the end of the original Avengers, and then having Avengers 4 and Avengers 3 and 4 be about Thanos. That's what I mean, is they give you little teases of stuff that keep you watching, because you're like, okay, well, what if at the end of this movie something new happens? It makes you want to watch Marvel movies as a whole more, and I think the series carried that over well, just making you want to watch more. So, yeah, that's all of my praise for Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's a great show. I really like it. I'm sad that it's over, but all good things have to come to an end, I guess. Yeah. Overall, it's great. So yeah, watch the series if you haven't, and if you have, let me know what you thought in the comments. Yeah. Leave a like on this video if it was likable and worth giving a like. And also subscribe. So yeah, those were all my thoughts on the final season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and just the series overall, I guess. So yeah. Bye everybody. Oh, I see. I didn't click that. Oh, okay. Actually, yeah. Bye now.